Okay.
Without further ado, I'll hand over to Debbie.
Yeah, hi everybody. Nice to have you. Sorry we weren't with you yesterday, but we were sorting out water issues. Uh, so what we're going to do this time now, I've had a good look at our PV from June. And thank you, Sean, for not getting your 2000. Do you know
Hey,
how
we're
much
so
money?
close.
Yeah, I really want you guys to just think about it. I'm very thankful, Sean, by the way.
It was
Um,
only a pleasure.
yeah, you know, if you're going to go for the next thing, the next step, keep looking at your goal, at your PV. Um, you don't have to get what you set out for, because I know that June was quite an expensive month, going to Bloem and getting ready for the summits and all the rest of it. So that's fine. It's not a problem at all. But we are a team. So, we need to talk to each other. Like, I need to know what Mandy's putting in. I don't need to know right at the end of the month that she's put in 500 PV all of a sudden in one order, Um,
You don't mind.
One
yeah,
day.
yeah. You don't, that sort of thing just helps the leader do what they have to do and not wait until month's end, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is going to be not us talking, it's going to be you talking. Obviously, and I will tell you that obviously our goals is to qualify as a Sapphire director, fully qualified Sapphire director, paid and have our status, which thankfully we have had for the last few months. Quite a lot, actually. It's been good. But those are our goals, and they don't just happen. None of this happens. Even Charlie's being a diamond doesn't just happen. You've got to make it happen. Like for instance, I'd like just to share with you, about 2 weeks ago, we were on 7,000 PV. We thought, whoops, that's not good. So we started doing a lot of PRO work, phoning our customers, not to ask them for PV, just to let them know we're around, and there will be a price increase in July, but just to phone them, just to speak to them so that they can hear our voice, not just a WhatsApp telling them something, and it worked. It was fantastic. The one person we haven't heard of from ages, Melissa Road. I don't know if you looked at her
I
PV.
did, Debbie.
It's
I
over
did.
500
Thank you.
PV. No, but she'd had nothing. And suddenly she gets 500 PV, you know. So that was a help. That's good. So I'm going to put it out to you. Do you every month write down your goals of what PV you want? Be honest with yourself. Don't tell me. Just be honest with yourself.
I put it down here.
Yeah, you see, thank you, Sean, for being honest. I think we all do. We think we'd like this, but that's not putting down your goals where you can see them, and then you can work on them. If they're in here, especially Sean, you doing so much work and doing our Tuesday evening and podcasts and what have you, that's so easily in the back of your mind, but that should actually be in the front of your mind. So,
I think just as important as your goal is how do you plan to achieve it? The steps. And I'm speaking for Debbie, my goals as well. And one of the big important things is to see you people qualify. So if you qualified in what you are, that will help us, but it's going to help you. You are the tree that we're watering. I've got a big thing about developing our team to their full potential. And Alta Bolton said that, are you getting paid for where your pin level is? And Debbie and I also want to work to get all of you in that position where you are fully qualified in what you achieve. Now, we don't know that unless you tell us, because if we tell you, then we've been a boss and we're not bosses. So if it comes from me, that's why Debbie's got this exercise tonight, just to find out and see where you see yourself in, say, 6 months' time, and what steps you're going to go for. And of course, getting people in and getting PV and all that, it adds to the whole sum. But it's got to come from you in order that we can help you. Okay, so I thought that's important.
So have your PV down. So I'm going to put here, saying your PV is 1,000 PV. That is what you want. You want to be a fully qualified senior manager, 1,000 PV. So you put down your PV, and then the first month, somehow or other, you get a customer and they've put in 200 points. So now take your 200 points away from your 1,000. Now you're left 800. How are you going to get that 800? So that's what's so exciting, is that you can actually, you know, that barometer, so that you can see where you're at. Otherwise, you can't really see what is happening. Like Sean, yours is 4,000, but that's a very big step. So that's fine. By half month, you should be almost on 2,000. I find right about the 25th, 26th, that's when things start to happen, because that's payday. So your first payday is the 15th. That's government payday. Jenny Holiday, you see her team go up. I watch it. Jenny's got a few people who are nurses and et cetera, in the health thing. On the 15th, 16th, us as well, we've got a matron. Round about 15th, 16th, she puts in an order. So I know that. And then with us, who get, well, you guys, we don't get it, but you guys, right about the 25th, 26th, you get payday. So, and then from payday, no, I know Mandy doesn't. From payday, you get so many people putting in PV. And then at the end of the month, I know Mandy is paid right at the very end of the month on the 12th hour.
If she's lucky.
Yeah. We've really got to work with you, Mandy. We've got to get your group going. Okay. So that's one of the things. Now, how are we going to boost our PV? That's what I wanted to ask this one. You've all been to Bloom. You've heard those people. How do they do their PV? And I know they get people in and they shout and perform. And I've seen them here as well. They'll stand on the corner and they're just talking naturally. And before you know it, they've got a whole lot of people around them. What they're talking about, I don't know. But anyway, that's the way it works. Okay. Yeah. We're not like that on this chat. How are we going to do it?
Well,
any ideas?
The way that I do it is with all my customers, whether they've been a one-off special or whether they're regular customers, I've got a broadcast list on WhatsApp. So around about the 15th, and I have been lax the last couple of months, and you can see it in the PV, around about the 15th, I send out a broadcast list, not a group, because in a group, everybody can see who's there. And you can see the chat go like our groups. You can see the chats going backwards and forwards. With a broadcast list, I send out one message, but it goes to everybody. So all my customers, around about the 15th, they get a broadcast message that says something along the lines of, putting in an order, if you're needing to boost your energy or look younger or detox your home, and you'd like to place an order, I'm putting in an order tomorrow or the day after. And then all of a sudden I start getting messages coming through. And that's what happened, what are we now, July. So it happened in May. And I just went, whoa, because I suddenly had all these messages coming through and I was able to put in, it was like about a 300 PV order, which blew me away. Nearly blew my bank account out the window too. And then I do the same thing again at the end of the month. And I just push out a little message saying, it's about month end. and anybody's needing a boost in energy and whatever, and I just make a fun little thing and I send it out. Or I'll say something along the lines of, I've been receiving some orders, thanks very much, but is anybody else looking for products? I'm placing an order tomorrow. Please let me know before 8 o'clock tomorrow night or whatever. And then I do the same thing at month end. I'll send out to my team also a broadcast message. Listen, guys, it's month end. If you're needing to place any orders, do it now. And I normally do that about 3 or 4 days before month end. I'll just say, if you've got any orders, please check with your customers, check your own stock levels, place an order now so that we're not swamped at month end and deliveries are not delayed. And that has made quite a big difference.
Can I just make a observation? We used to do that, and Debbie and I found that on the month end, when the orders came in, we had to find 13,000, 14,000 Rand to buy the order. Now, we selected a handful of big customers. When I say big, 500 PV, 2,000 PV, and we gave them Neolife's bank account number, or if they wanted to, our bank account number. So they would pay the money to us first, or Neolife first, send us proof of payment. Then we had the money to go and get the order. Sometimes at the end of the month, if there's too many orders, it's quite hard to juggle everything. You're waiting to be paid first before you can buy that order. Because especially when it comes to 20, 30,000 Rand.
Yeah.
Last month, there was one of our orders was 21,500 Rand by itself. You know, so you can't find that. But after she approved the order, it came through money in our account. So that was, we're using other people's money for themselves. And I think that took a lot of pressure off month end finding the money.
Yeah.
And the way I did it right in the beginning, Sean, is right at the end of the month, I said, you know, it's the end of the month and I've got over 10,000 Rands worth of orders that I've got to buy. Is it possible, please, if you could just deposit your money into Neolife account or my account and then just send us proof of payment and then we can process your payment. And I just did it once and now it's just automatic. They place their order and they pay me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't had that issue yet.
Yeah. Okay, well, don't wait for it to come, right? Because when it comes, it's shocking.
Well, as you get bigger and bigger, you can take it option.
You don't want to say, oh, I can't do that, so I've got no money.
But just remember, if it's not broke, don't try and fix it.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Else, how do you generate your PVs? Do you just buy for yourselves at this time?
No, I tell my customers they can get the products as soon as their money reflect on my banking account, I can go and get it. So I play open card to them and tell them Neolife is cash, and that's the only way they're doing it.
Okay.
But Sean, I just want to ask you, you mentioned a broadcast list. Now, what's the difference between the list and the broadcast group? Your broadcast group, has that got like a little thingy when you send a message?
No, so the group, anybody on that group, like our general chat or our success team, anybody and everybody on that group can see that chat. So they can see if I'm messaging you, you messaging me, 50 million other people. Whereas with a group, everybody falls, it's like a mass email sort of thing. So I've got all the numbers set up under broadcast group, and then I send out a message to that broadcast group. But when people receive
only once,
only once. So when people receive the message, it appears on their side as if I've communicated directly to them. So it looks like I've messaged them directly. So when I send out that message, I generalize it and say, hi. So it's almost as if I am talking to them directly, but they don't know that I'm also talking to 40 other people. And then when they reply, sorry, when they reply, they're replying directly to me. So nobody else can
Yes.
see who's in my group. They don't even,
Yes.
and I'll sometimes say, this is a broadcast message. So they know, and I've seen some people just ignore broadcast messages. That's fine.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if they don't want to
Anybody
respond that time, that's fine. It makes no difference to me.
Yeah, no, good. Okay, now, Sean, you've got quite a few customers. I know Ansie's got a lot of customers. But how do we generate the PV even with our customers, even with our downlines? Now, I'm referring to DEMs. Have anybody done a DEM this week, this month?
I'm doing one on Friday.
Well done, Jenny. DEMs are very important, as we know with Jenny Potter and Amanda when she did that DEM. But you don't just do a one-off DEM. You must follow it through, follow it up, follow it up, follow it up, follow it through. Yeah, okay. So DEMs are very important, even if it's a one-on-one or a three-on-one or whatever. Invite people around or go to a coffee shop. We don't have any squalms in going to a coffee shop, finding a little corner and just showing them our Super 10 and LDC. We've got no problem with that. And nobody's ever says anything. So you can do that. And I know that Melissa Butler, she does that. And I think Mark does that. We do that.
At Bloemfontein, Bingy was talking on the Sunday, and she said, while they were all gathered at the restaurant waiting for Charlie and Alta to arrive, she jokingly said to the people at the table, I bet you Charlie's going to approach somebody tonight. And she said, next minute, Charlie comes out the kitchen and he's rubbing his hands saying he's just done a demonstration in the kitchen at the New York restaurant.
Yes, can you believe it?
So,
always be ready. Yeah, always be ready. Okay.
Well, I always travel with my demo bag in the boot of my car.
Yes, no, that's good. But it mustn't just be stuck there and not worked.
Yeah, it's ready to do samples and whatever.
Oh, well done. Well done. Okay, so that's one of the reasons, one of the things. Can anyone else think of anything else at how we can boost our PV?
Now, Debbie, if I can just ask you on that DEM. Sorry, Jenny. So you won't do a DEM on the first meeting with this person?
Yes.
You meet. So when will you do the DEM?
I'll do it on the first.
So in other words, you're pushing the products first before you do the business.
It depends. It depends. When I say yes, you make your first contact, obviously, okay? So you're not going to push anything on your first contact. Are you open to have a look at what we have to offer? If they say yes, then we set up a time and we show them what we have to offer. John does the plans for the thing and I do the DEM.
Yeah.
So that we don't waste any time, because you've got that person's attention. Use it. Because if you don't use it there, you're going to lose it. So while you've got that's the hardest part, is to get their attention. Once you've got their attention, keep them. Anybody else? Jenny, you were going to say?
No, I've just been stuck here. I was counting. It's 3 months since my operation, but 6 weeks prior to that, I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand, whatever. So I've been really boxed in. And then, as you know, I went into my own little trance and pity party. And I didn't contact my downlines. And I've been contacting my downlines. I've asked, for example, Rosemary to phone you. I don't know if she has or hasn't.
She has been in contact with me, yes.
She's on fire from what we've been discussing. So you encourage people. I've been doing it telephonically because I'm not driving at the moment or leaving my house, except to go to doctors and things. Even my doctor, I was there yesterday, had a big cancer thing cut out of my face, and I have to go for all sorts of rubbish. I spoke to him again about the products. Wherever you go, you gently sort of maneuver how the products have helped you. Because I said, Michael, do you know, when I was supposed to be in ICU for 3 days, I was only there for a morning. And my surgeon came through and he said, Mrs. Holiday, your bones are so strong. You must go upstairs, please. No longer in ICU. Now, Michael has a back issue. I said, so what's happening to your bones? I mean, and I somehow wangle the products into the conversation.
Yeah,
and so I'm contacting my downlines again because you have to be in a good place before you get on that phone.
No, you were right. You did quite well. No problem, Jen. Okay, the other thing is having tables. Now, we've got a lady who goes to the same church as us, and she's a GNLD lady, and we know the person she's under. And she actually goes to a coffee shop and she asks them, can I have a table? And she has a table and she puts out her stuff and she puts out brochures and she just stands there, and people who come to eat, this is at a restaurant, it's not a coffee shop. I don't know what you call it. It's Bellevue 900, what I'm talking about, whatever. It's a place where it's like a 1904, that sort of thing. And she'll put out her table. She'll ask them if she can. She'll do her table. She'll put out her products, and she'll just stand there with her lot of her brochures and everything. And she doesn't sell from the table because that's illegal, but she does get orders, and she speaks to them because a lot of people they've used the product. I don't know how many. Have you come across people like that? Oh yeah, no, we know about the product, but we haven't. We thought you guys had gone long ago. You see, because they can remember golden products, they can't remember Neolife.
Correct.
So, and even the ones that say GNLD, they don't remember they don't know Neolife. So now you're putting out your products. I say, oh, I know this one. This is Super 10. Are you guys still going? You know, so yeah, just put out your table, put out things, get their numbers. So please, if they show any interest at all, say, please, can we have your number? We're going to have a draw and you might win this, you know, and put a nice, like a Super 10 or something in a lovely bottle or whatever with a sheet next to it and say, you know, this we're doing, because that'll attract people. They always want something free. So now you've got their name and you've got their phone number. And this is, I'm talking mainly tonight on pushing PV. I'm not talking about recruiting or prospecting or anything. Well, it is a form of prospecting, I suppose. Because once you show them the product, afterwards you follow up, you go and visit them and you do a proper dem with them, etc., etc. And that's where you say, do you know that you can actually save a lot of money by joining as a distributor or a member? And you can just do it that way around. All right. The other one is, as Sean's already shared, just keeping your people informed. There's a lot of things going around at the moment. Linda Foster, I don't know if you saw that one on the hand and body lotion tonight that I put on. She does beautiful things like that. She picks it up and she sends it out. We did one the other day on, I can't remember what it was from her. I think it was Omega-3. I got 2 orders from that. I just sent it on and always follow up. Phone and say, did you see that thing I sent you on the botanical balance? You know, that sort of thing. Follow up. People like to hear your voice. They like to know that you're real and you worry about them or you care for them.
I think what Debbie said, communication is very important. Once a month, Debbie gives me a list of all the people who are expiring that month and into the next month. And I just I send them a WhatsApp, just a friendly reminder that your subs will become due or they were due on that. If you've renewed, well done. And I put a couple of emotions there. If not, please do this at your earliest convenience. Out of the 15 or 20, now this is all your teams. I just go take the list from top to bottom. It doesn't matter whose team they belong to. I give them that message to them. And a lot of them They said, no, we know about that. But one lady, I found it very interesting. She said, sorry, you got the wrong number. So I checked the number again. It was her profile number. Excuse me. And she was adamant she's never heard of Neolife.
Check it some water.
I'm actually laughing at my own joke, sorry. So I said, but don't you know Neolife? Never heard of it. Sorry.
Maybe they were just hurtful.
Yes. Hurry, Debbie, I'm dying now.
I can offer you some water.
Turn your screens on blank. There you go. Cheers. This is from the tap.
Cheers.
It's not from the tap.
So then I said, but weren't you a member of Golden Neolife Dharma? No, never heard of that. I said, wow. And I said, and Golden Products? Oh, yes, I've been a member for that for years. I had to laugh because she hadn't been.
You're going to joke again.
How long ago was Golden Products to GNLD to Neolife? I'm talking a couple of years.
She had never been informed of the differences.
No one told her that we are now Neolife.
Aish.
So that's crazy. And yet she was only a month overdue. So she must have been renewing until last month.
Mm.
But it just goes to show to keep in contact with them all the time. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
And just on what John's saying, when we first started this, which unfortunately, to our disgrace, we haven't been doing it. But Neolife do everything for us. So your expiries members are on your front page. You go into team and it's there. And so when we first started, I think it was about a year ago, hey?
Yeah.
There were 3-4 pages. Now we've managed, obviously some of the people have dropped out, but now when we're getting it back, we're getting more and more people who are there. You can see what John's been writing next to them. If there's any follow-up that needs to be done, I do that. Okay. So now it's getting less and less. It used to be 3 pages. Now it's only half a A4. So people are doing it. And because we are now doing it every single month, it's not long anymore. This thing has gone crazy again. Yeah. So that's another way, is keeping people informed and speak to them. They're people. They're not just a thing or whatever, just a PV runner up or whatever. Yeah. What's another thing that I keep saying? Keep your downlines and your customers informed of what's happening. Like this Neolife. It's no longer Golden Products. It's no longer, did you know? And now with the price increase next month, let them know there's a price increase. We made a mistake quite a few years ago. We haven't done it for a long time though. Charlie said, don't let them know. Don't let them know. Well, we didn't. But when they did find out, they were angry with us. So let them know. Yeah. So, and it's amazing because that one big order, we did not let them know. We only sent it out like a week ago. When Neolife, like Sean says, is this, what did you say? Is this, Sean said, has this come from head office yet?
Yes.
Well, we got it first because we got it first because we're the world team. So we got it onto our world team. So I said, yes, we have. And then Neolife sent it out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Just go back one step. I wouldn't feel comfortable with a table outside a supermarket and try and sell my goods because people
And
come
I didn't sell.
No, or to get orders. I would
They
not
didn't do that either.
personally. I would not feel comfortable. So, but But when you got someone started, and even your current downlines, and I'll just say, Caroline or Mandy, if you can get a few people around, we'll do a health talk on whatever. And then we copy Sean's vast knowledge and experience and put the products out that would be good for that thing. What did you like to hear? But put the ball in their court so they can participate with you. That's the one we mean, getting a person started, do the demos. When the people are there, they register, so then each one, you can go to their home with their friends and the upline, and then pass it on. A chain reaction.
There is a health talk PowerPoint available. I have it. Got a couple of copies of it. In fact, that's how Louis went diamond, because that's exactly what he was doing. Is he would do a health talk and then ask at the end who would like one of these talks done in your home, and you just go from home to home to home.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. And you've got a good talk, Sean. Your plan is the best it's ever been. Really, I'm just saying that because you've got the crispiness and you to the point there. There's no big waffling, it's straight to the point. But we've got the tools ready, and it's just to go out there and encourage the people, get excited again. 2 minutes.
So everyone is different. So whatever you feel comfortable with, as I say, Near Life people, they do it. They put out their table, and they don't sell from the table. They don't sell anything. The information is there. It's like a walk. Come and have a look. There's like no sales there. So yeah, it's like an expo. And I know they do it because I've seen them do it, and I've heard about them doing it. The one lady, and don't copy what they say, while the people are eating, she's telling them about the Super 10 or whatever. That is not on. Yeah. Anyway, that was another story. It's quite fun when you get hold of a group of people and you start to discuss how people do things so differently. Yes. And I know that Dina and what's his wife's name? Dina. They actually go to the pavilion and they hand out brochures to everybody with their name on. They go to the pavilion and they actually hand out brochures. They excuse me, and they just hand out brochures. So there's a lot of their names are on their brochures, and they stopped them doing one thing which they were doing wrong. They put up banners all around them.
But even you're not allowed to give even those brochures out in the center. They will chase you out of the center, eh?
No,
if the management, if the securities.
You can't just barge in.
No. Even if you get they won't give you permission to hand out those. I've been at Sundown for many years and was not allowed to do that. But I just wanted to say what Sean has said. When Louis Duedem, as he mentioned at Bloom one year, there was a board, and as the people come in, they can just say, what problems do they have, blood pressure or tiredness, and then he will speak on what is on that list, but not without mentioning New Life, the name, but just there is products that can help for that. And I thought that's a good idea.
Wendy?
Debbie, I see the distributor's new price list hasn't been put on back office yet. Only the suggested retail price list is up.
Oh, is it?
Okay. In the letter, they said you can download it if you want. The email you received from them, they said if you want to download, you can just click it there and then it will come through as a PDF.
I haven't seen the email. I went onto the back office to look for it.
Oh, no, just look at your emails.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Today.
Thumbs up.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, everybody.